hell is going on in the UK? I actually think it gets worse and worse every single day.
Is anyone else in Australia kind of like, what's the point?
Salary in Canada, it's like magic. It comes and it disappears. Taxes, rent, coffee, repeat.
The cost of living crisis is a global phenomenon affecting us all. In today's video, we would look at some clips from the UK, Canada, and yeah, you guessed it, Australia. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! Let's go right in, guys.
Is anyone else in Australia kind of like, what's the point? If you're maybe like in your 20s, your 30s, and you're not being given things by your parents, and you've gone to uni, finished school, gone to uni, got a degree, which was meant to get you a good job, and that job was meant to pay for a house and maybe a holiday once a year, and maybe you'd have some kids, and that's like not happening now, and you're kind of just like, what's the actual point of anything? Like, I'm 28 and I kind of thought by now, like, I might have like a 3-bedroom house, maybe like thinking about kids, maybe successful in my career. The screaming you can hear behind me is my landlord's fucking grandkids, because my landlords live right behind me and I live in a tiny fuck-ass studio. And no, I don't live in...
Sorry, but one thing jumped out at me. So at 28, she was hoping she would have a 3-bedroom house and kids. But no talk about husband, right? Don't you have a husband before you have kids, or do you just have kids? I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm just jumped out at me, that's all.
Melbourne or Sydney, I moved regional to try and save money, and there's no jobs out here. Anyway, it's kind of just made me reassess my whole life. Like, what am I doing? Should I just go traveling? Is the world gonna blow up in like 10 years and none of it matters anyway? Like, what's the general attitude? Because I'm kind of, and I'm a pretty like A-type person, like to plan everything. I'm just kind of feeling like, fuck it. Like, should I just do what makes me happy? Like, I don't know. Like, what are you guys doing? What are we doing?
The worst thing that can happen is you plan for doomsday that never comes, and then turns out that you end up living a long life. But honestly, I never understood how people can go traveling, right? Isn't traveling super expensive in and of itself? So I never understood how people can travel. But for real, for those without kids, I would really advise to just like, don't feel any pressure to start like meeting all these milestones, having a house, having kids, having a husband or a wife. All these milestones, I don't know who made them the norm, but really people need to live their lives for themselves. Just do whatever it is that makes you happy. That's all. Like, life is way too short to be living it just based off of checklists and like milestones. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, right? And yeah, but anyways, for me, being broke makes me really upset, makes me really sad, and that's why I bust my ass off trying to, get my bag up. But that's just me. I don't know. Y'all let me know what's the move. What are we doing?
What the actual hell is going on in the UK? I actually think it gets worse and worse every single day. We're literally getting taxed left, right and centre. It actually getting to the point where I feel like most people are just working to survive. Like, they're literally living paycheck to paycheck. They don't do anything else other than go to work because you literally can't afford it. Like, actually, what kind of life is that? Like, what are we all doing? I think a lot of people are opening their eyes to actually what's going on in the UK now. Like, they're actually realising that we've all been kind of brainwashed into believing that we go to school, get an education, get a good job. When
opening your eyes, one thing, right? But what are you gonna do about it? Like, I think it's already too far gone at this point. They already have us, and when I say they, I don't have a tinfoil hat on, but really they have us where they want us, right? I don't think there's any getting away from this at this point. Too late.
An actual fact that just keeps us trapped. And the lifestyle isn't even good here. The weather is crap. Everybody is miserable. I am literally fed up of being here, getting to the point where I am thinking about going elsewhere. There actually isn't any such thing as work-life balance for most people. Now, let me know, has anyone left the UK? If you've left the UK, where have you gone? Where's better? I need some options. Anyway, rant over. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Well, apparently not Canada, right? Just the other day, I reacted to a clip of a lady from the UK visiting Canada, and she was like just letting us have it, right? About how she feels so bad for us. Our grocery prices are so high. So now here we have these folk over here now complaining about the UK, right? So it looks like there's nowhere to really run. And in my opinion, the grass is greener where it is that it is watered. So I just advise, like, in my opinion, stay put and really try to grow some roots. And then hold the folks that we've elected accountable. Like I say, fierce accountability, if you ask me. Fierce accountability for the elected folks. We can't let them have an easy job. And you know what? You want to be a leader? Then lead, right? Freaking lead. And be held accountable.
We have probably some of the most expensive milk and eggs in the whole country. You know, they complain about the egg prices in the States, but our eggs are always probably 3-4 times more than theirs are right now. I guess cost of living could come down a bit if the government could maybe subsidize some of the freight up here.
Like all these came up to like $106.
Our prices are really expensive here, and the only other option is to travel 8-10 hours south. So you add in the fuel to that, sometimes it just makes sense just to stay here and pay these prices.
I know, yeah. We used to always go to the States to do groceries sometimes. But now with the exchange rate falling into the ground, right, it doesn't even make any sense anymore. So we kind of just have to do our groceries here. But for real, like, tell me you're Canadian without telling me you're Canadian. Like, the bro seems to not have any fight left in him. And I think, I fear that that's the sentiment for a lot of Canadians. I think we've just been beaten and pounded into submission to the point that, like, there's even no need to fight anymore. Like, bro is like, the prices need to come down a bit. Well, hello, I will beg to differ. Prices need to come down more than just a bit, right? And don't be afraid to say it. Like, the prices are astronomical and they need to come down by a whole lot. But I would say that the Canadians are any politician's wet dream, right? Because we just really let our politicians have a really easy time. We're really cool about it. But anyways, this has been your video, guys. Comment down below where it is you're watching from. And how is the cost of living situation for you and your loved ones, where it is that you are. And until next time, YouTube, peace.